Hello guys, Justin with Fuel and Firepower. We're at kind of a weird angle today. The sun is directly in my eyes, so I'm trying to get over here and get close to you where I can show you something kind of cool that I just got. So I bought the Daisy Dollar pellets a while back because I kind of like that idea, and I was online and I'm trying to figure out exactly what the Marauder likes, the Benjamin Marauder I just purchased. Now it's doing great with the JSB Diablos, but I found this. So I've heard a lot of stuff about these dead centers. So this is a sampler pack of 4 of their pellets. It comes with the JAC 100s, the 106, 109s, and 113s, a 18.13 grain, a 16.08 grain, a 21.53 grain, and a 23.39 grain. So they're all a little bit different style. They're mostly domed, but I'm going to see if you can see this. Here, we're going to go ahead and open them, and then I'll show you what we got. So those are pretty cool. I thought that'd be very cool to test these out with and see exactly what this thing's going to like and try to get it really dialed in. I really want like the tightest group I can get with this thing. So something else cool I got, Maple Custom Mag for the Marauder. They make this for the Marauder, a bunch of other different things, but it's such a better design than what we've got, what it comes with. So this style has an O-ring for retention here. It's one of the, just a simple style. Just got like a spring in there. You load it as you go and then you shoot. And I just like how it's built. It's very nice. These guys was awesome. It came from Canada, obviously Maple Leaf, and it shipped pretty quick. And they kept me informed the entire time. So shout out to those guys. I'd actually messaged Nibs over at Walnut and Steel and was like, "Hey, with your Marauder, who would you go through with mags?" And these guys. So that's why I've got it. So it looks like the shades came over here. I'm gonna move you around right here. So here's what we're working with. We got a target 35 yards. Got that set up down there. Got the rifle set up right there. It is charged to 2,800 psi. So we're going to start out and we're going to shoot 3 of each of these and see which one it likes. If it seems to tend to like one or the other better, I'm going to try to do a better group with the one that it seems to like. I'm going to save the center bullseye for that. So let's get over here and get started. All right, guys, I got the downrange camera set up down there, and we're getting ready to load this guy up. So first off, we've got to get the old mag out of there. We're going to get started with these. So, well, that's kind of scary. So these are all in their own little container here, and it's not marked on the container what they are. So you kind of just got to go by the back here. They're a little different shape, but not enough to tell like 2 of them apart for sure. So anyway, we're going to do one at a time just so I'm careful. JTAC 100, 18.13 grain. I've never used these dead centers before. I've heard some pretty good stuff about them, so I'm hoping that they do well. First time ever loading this mag, that thing loads extremely easy. That's cool. That is pretty cool. And it does tell you, like when you got down to 3 there, it does the last 3 countdown. Hopefully you could put that in there. Okay. So it says 3, 2, 1. Got your little dot on there. JTAC 100 first. 3 shots. Not super impressed with the JC 100. Now we're going to move over to the JC 106 to 16.08 grain. So you like those, didn't they? And I swear they're the same style pellet. They look exactly the same. It's just a 16 grain. And well, I had this sighted in with a 15 and some change grain. The JSB Diablos is what I did everything with. So that's pretty close to it being a 16 grain. So it did really well. Um, that's not a bad group. So now we're going to move on down to the 109s, and they're 21.53 grains. So they're a heavy boy. All right, so let's do three of these. I don't think it likes those either. So that was the 109s at a 21.53 grain. Now this is the next one's a 25.39 grain. I'm worried about that wood board going across on these. I feel like it's going to shoot super low on these. Maybe it won't. I will say that all these pellets actually came really nice. They're not beat up or nothing like that. My JSBs, I actually bought a whole really big tin of them because I know this thing likes them. But the other smaller tin I got, their skirts are beat to death. So like I have to be selective when choosing them. All right, 3-shot group, bottom right. This one. All right, look at that group though. We're gonna see which one of these that we think it liked the best, and then we're gonna do a 10-shot group with it. So let's go down there and take a look at it, and then we'll do the 10-shot group. Guys, it looks like it is about dead even between the 16.08 grain and the 25.39 grain. The 106s, it actually hit all in the bullseye, so I ain't gonna have to adjust my scope. And to be honest with you, I think it'll do really well with either ones. But since that one's already in the bullseye and I ain't got to adjust my scope any, I think I'm going to load up the mag with those and see how it does. If it does really well, we might place an order for these. But we do got to see if it can beat the JSBs that this thing's been doing so well with so far. So like I said, we're loading up 10 in this thing. This will be the first 10 I ever shot out of this magazine, but so far, it's loaded all of them flawlessly, unlike the factory mag. You know, I guess. We've got 10 rounds loaded up. We are great on air. 10 shots, center bullseye. Let's see what kind of group we can get. So I actually had one flyer on that guy. Don't quite understand what happened there, but here's what I'm awesome. I've got one, two, three, four of my JSBs loaded in here. I'm gonna go out to the left side of the bullseye and I'm gonna shoot these four. I don't know if you could even see these in here, but look at those skirts. They're a little janky, right? But they still seem to fly well, you know. But let's see. Let's put four over here just so you can get an idea of what I've been shooting out of it. Okay. I don't know why I would shoot anything else out of that. That might be the best group I've ever shot in my entire life. Let's go down here and get this. We'll take a look at it. All right, guys. So there you have it. So we're going to talk about that was the heavy grain one. And then this is the one we shot at center. And this was our 10 shot. Now that's not a bad group. Those are all 9 in one hole. Well, one or maybe two went through up there. I'm not sure, but that is not a bad group. But then you shoot four and it does that, you know? But let me go grab my tape measure real quick. We'll measure that out and add that one flyer in there. But with and without the flyer, I think it did pretty good. All right, guys, just so it can be clear, I brought the tape measure out here and I'm going to measure some of these out. So that one right there, we always start from number one, go out. That is a 3/4 inch group for that one. I mean, that ain't bad. Quarter will cover it. That's probably a 3/8 inch group there. So, I mean, that's not bad. Inch and an eighth in there. Just center to center. What are you, about 5/8 inch group there? Right around. So for the 10 here, still, guys, that's like a 3/4 inch group if you knock out the flyer. Now, if you keep the flyer in there, you're at about an inch and an eighth. Then you come down here, though. Just go, what, 1/4 inch group? Truly, even though I like this and I like this idea here, like this is a very nice compartment. I will be trying these out in several more, and that's kind of what I was showing here was these. Let's talk about it. All right, guys. So for this rifle, these are not my choice, right? But that's not exactly why I bought them. I bought them just to try. I like trying new things, and I like bringing out new things to you guys that may have not known that these was out there. I know a lot of rifles like these dead centers. I wouldn't be scared to shoot either one of these out of it daily. But for this rifle, I'm gonna stick with what I've got so far until I find it. I may find something better down the line, but we don't know. But this is a very cool little sampler pack. If you're trying to dial in your gun, that's perfect for it. If it likes the dead centers better than anything, and you can see here how different they are, right? Different grains, and a little bit on the different shape can affect your rifle a ton, right? You have to try new pellets to know exactly what your gun likes. Now, my gun may not be the same as yours. My gun shoots 1/4 inch groups as JSBs. Yours might shoot an inch group JSBs. You don't know until you try. Just wanted to give these a shot, see how they done. I'm gonna try them in my other rifles as well to see which ones might like them. You just never know what one of your rifles is gonna like. So it's good to have something like this on hand. Well, guys, the Maple Custom Leaf Mag, awesome. The JTS Dead Centers, these are awesome. I may have called these JSBs at one point. I apologize. They're JTSs, Dead Centers. So there you go, guys. That was just a little short video. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time. Make sure you check me out on TikTok and Instagram. I want to thank y'all for watching. We'll catch you next time.